Alright, over here we'll start developing the stage of the wear, the second phase. And we'll use alphas in this case. I really don't know what else to say, since everything has been said. You simply have to add the alphas, as you wish, and add some wear. I suggest not to exaggerate on the amount of wear, but that's totally up to you. Although, what I should say is that you should vary the deepness of the lines. They gotta have different levels of deepness. Some could be bigger scratches, and some others could be smaller. And that makes the helmet look better. The size of the scratches also vary. It's important they don't have the same size. Alright, I think these frontal portions of the helmet are ready. And let's continue then with the last one. Let's convert the pieces into a single polygroup so it's easier to select them. The idea here is to make strokes with all the geometry visible. That adds the illusion that one scratch has been generated on a section of leather has also reached part of the steel. So the lines look more constant, and that makes the scratches more believable. Obviously, not all of them have to be like that. Some can be placed only on the leather part, and some others on the steel, but some strokes should cross over both. For finishing, we'll apply noise to this piece of leather in order to get some porosity on the surface, and that way it looks different to the metal. I think a bit stronger. Alright. Apply it, and that way we've got the rear protector completely ready. Finally, we've reached the final stage of the helmet. We've got all the marks, wear, cavities, and we still have to make an important piece of the helmet, which has nothing to do with hard surfaces. In order to make that piece, we'll duplicate this upper one. Duplicate. Enable solo for a moment so nothing gets in our way. And we'll remove the high subdivision to this one. Let's take it all down and delete higher. Once we get that done, by using a mask, let's mask all this flat area over here. Enable the symmetry. Alright, over here. Let's change this to lasso. And let's mask everything except this portion up here. We unmask all this and up to this portion more or less. Blur it a bit. And what we'll do is to create the crest. Disable solo for a moment. Let's head to a panel called Fiber Mesh. And we'll hit Preview. There, it's generating a kind of a random hair. But we'll use some that comes as default in ZBrush. Let's hit Lightbox, Fibers. And here we can find all these kind of fibers. Let's select this one, the 160, black. We remove that panel by pressing comma. At the moment, it seems like we can't use this. What we'll do is to change this option called gravity. Let's take it down until the hair gets a better shape. The less gravity we set, the more straight we'll get the fibers. Disable preview, and we'll unmask a bit more. The idea is that it doesn't touch these two. Let's enable again preview and check what happens. Alright, let's increase a bit the gravity. I think this might work. Let's modify two other parts. First, the amount of fibers. The more fibers, the more it'll take for rendering. So for the time being, we'll leave it on 15, now 19. And we'll scale as well root and tip. This basically controls the basic width of these fibers on the base. and we'll set this on 2. This one here, tip, controls the upper part. We'll also set it on 2. Let's check how it looks. By hitting Shift R, we make a render, a quick render. And over here, we'd get our crest. If we decrease more the gravity, some parts of the hair would look really odd. And that's not what we want. So we'll leave it like that. Let's hit accept. And it'll create a new subtool. This subtool can't longer be modified over here. In Fiber Mesh, since it's become a geometry now, we can't edit it there. The only thing left in this case is to fix it a bit. In my case, what I'll do is to remove this hair from here, which I don't think look well, and that can be done by holding Shift. That way, we've already got our crest. Well, creating this fiber here is quite easy. In case you want to modify a bit the shape. For instance, this surface, simply by holding Shift for cutting a bit the hair, in case you think it looks too long. This is it for the time being. I'll see you then on the next video.